Special report. David has finally been arrested. Fugitive TV, stay tuned. Welcome to Fugitive TV, and I am your host, Ray Marcel. And what we do is we take a look at cases of missing people or crimes that have not been solved yet. Well, you guys know I've been going in hard on the whole David situation, okay? And we're going to get into details if you don't know exactly who David is. Well, if you did not know, David just got arrested, okay? Just got arrested, all right? For unaliving Celeste. Now, here in the YouTube world, in case you're wondering, why is he saying unaliving? When you're a smaller channel like mine, you cannot say the M word, M-U-R-D-E-R, red rum, whatever you want to call it. But we can't say that here or the video gets flagged and sometimes not gets spread to the masses so people like you can see it. So do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and help me grow so I can take the filter off. But David has been arrested for unaliving Celeste. It is about time. We've been waiting for this day for... This deserves an ovation. It took them a long time to come across this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read your report, okay? We're going to get right to this. Let's go right to this so I can read you guys a report. All right, so this right here is from TMZ, okay? It says, David arrested for the unaliving, you see the M word, of Celeste Rivas, okay? The singer was arrested Tuesday, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. Cops have detectives from LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division made the arrest, and David is being held right now without bond, people. So he's being held without bond. David's arrest comes over 7 months. Right? I told you been waiting a long time. 7 months after Celeste's body was found decomposing in his Tesla. And just in case you don't know exactly what happened when they found the body, because we didn't really know the full details of how the body was until like just recently. So I'm going to let you guys know that too. The body was discovered way back in September 2025 when David was in the middle of a tour, and he quickly scrapped his remaining shows and receded from the public view. So after that happened, we really have not heard from David. The only thing we've heard a peep from him is people have been saying that he's been online playing video games. That's pretty much about it. As this death investigation played out, all our law enforcement sources told us the LAPD considered David a suspect. In November, a grand jury was convened with Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman presented the case. Now, this right here is David's friend, Neil Langston. He goes by, I believe it's Neil the Asian. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Neil the Asian. Some people were actually speculating that David might be bi, allegedly, and Neil could be in a relationship. I have no idea. There's no proof of that, but that's what some people are speculating. David's arrest comes after the grand jury heard testimony from multiple witnesses in his orbit, including his day-to-day manager, Robert Morgan North, and his close friend, streamer Neil Langston. Who was that? Now, the manager, Robert, which I'm going to explain to you as well. I'll get into that later, okay? So you guys can get the full detail. Just in case you don't know, I'll go over that, all right? LAPD sources have told TMZ David made a mysterious trip to a remote area of Santa Barbara in the middle of the night last spring, and they believe that this is somehow connected to Celeste's disappearance. Now, this is Celeste right here, okay? This is Celeste. Now, David, who is 21 years old, all right? Celeste was only 14 when her body was found. 14, okay? There's reports, which we're going to get into this, that David and Celeste have been talking since Celeste was around 11 years old and David was 17. They met online playing video games. Celeste's funeral was held October 6th at Queen of Heaven Cemetery Mortuary in Rolling Heights, California, where family and friends said their last goodbyes. David's Tesla had been abandoned in Hollywood Hills for a few days before it was towed to a Hollywood impound lot September 5th. And on September 8th, cops found the body after getting reports of a foul odor coming from the car. As we said, Rivas's body was decomposed and she was wearing black leggings and a tube top, plus 2 pieces of jewelry, a metal stud earring and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. Now, the reason why you see this tattoo here is because I guess Celeste had the exact same tattoo on her finger. So Celeste went and got the same tattoo on her finger. This is why they're showing that. Authorities said she had a tattoo on her right index finger with the letters SHHH, and David has the same ink on his index finger. Now, this is the Tesla, okay, that she was found in, the Model X. She was found in the front. Now, I gave a whole demonstration on what the Tesla frunk looks like because I own one myself. So I gave a whole demonstration of what a frunk looks like and how small you would have to be in the frunk. But wait till I tell you how they found her in the frunk, which makes sense if you don't know. Police have not revealed who was driving the Tesla before it was found, abandoned, and impounded. The Tesla had not been reported stolen. Now, this is the missing person report. See, Celeste was actually a missing teen. So if you don't know, David is a up and coming famous singer. Some people might say hip hop artist. I don't consider him that, but a famous singer. You can say that his music is kind of emo-ish, kind of. So he was an up and coming famous singer. Celeste was known for going, I guess, running away from home. So this is not the only missing flyer that you see right here. There was more missing flyers, but I believe this is the last one. But she really was not missing. Once we get done with this article, I will let you know. The girl's mom told us her daughter went missing in April 2024 and had a boyfriend named David. David's government name is David Anthony Burke, but he spells his name D4DS, all right? You guys know me, I like to go to different articles because some articles might have a little more information than the others. So another article real quick, just to see if they give us a little more information. And then after that, I'm going to describe to you guys some more details, okay? This one says the singer David has been arrested in connection with the death of a teenage girl who was decomposing in the body. Officials said David, whose legal name is David Burke and is 21-year-old resident of Los Angeles, is being held without bond. Let me go over this and see if it's saying anything else that we don't know. According to the sources at the time, the girl's body was dismembered in the process of dismembering. Deposing of her body is believed to have likely involved more than one person. We're going to get into how her body was found, the condition, okay? It says the teen may have been dead for several weeks before her body was discovered. And then it goes on to say how the car was impounded, and then the people at the tow yard, they found that or smelled it, and that's when they called law enforcement. Let's see here. It says David, who first went viral on TikTok, where he has nearly 4 million followers, had been on his Withered World Tour when the body was discovered in the vehicle. The last few shows of the tour, including those in San Francisco and Los Angeles, were canceled. Promotion of the deluxe edition of the Romantic Homicide. Now, Romantic Homicide, I believe, was the name of his debuted album. The debut official album. Let's see, was it out was set to be, it was actually set to be released on September 19th. So the debut album didn't even get released, but debut album was called Romantic Homicide. All right. If you guys want to go, I mean, his music is everywhere, all over. So you guys can go listen to his music if you want to. Now, he has finally been arrested. We've been waiting since the first week of September. Now, if you don't know, like I said, she was 14 years old, but reports were saying that she met David when she was 11 online. Now, I went so hard into this case. If you guys don't know my previous videos, I ended up talking with some of the people that lived on the streets, okay, with Celeste, all right? So what happened was Celeste ran away from home in April 2025. But when she ran away, she really didn't run. I mean, she was missing, but really wasn't missing, as in she was missing on paper, but the family allegedly still knew where she was at, as in she went missing, but she went missing to David's house in the LA Hills or Hollywood Hills area, wherever it was. I forgot right now, but she went missing to his house, and David was actually staying at two locations. That location, it had like a condo or an apartment somewhere else where she would go back and forth too. Now, from the sources that I have, they say that the family was receiving benefits as in money, as in the family, like Celeste had a sister, brother. Sometimes allegedly they would get to go to parties with David that had some famous people or famous influencers and things of that, which there is video and photos of that. So it made sense. And this is why she was missing, you guys. While Celeste was supposed to be missing, these people are going to parties. Now, he was allegedly also paying off some of Celeste's friends that knew about this too. It got all the way back to Celeste's middle school teacher. Her middle school teacher even has a famous video that went viral because he knew about it. All these people knew about it, okay? It was an open secret because he was allegedly paying these people off. Now, when they found her body, all right, like I said, they found her body in a tow yard. All right, so they found in a tow yard. Now, it was some confusion of how they found their body. Well, this is how exactly they found her body. So when they opened up the frunk of the Tesla, the frunk is small. Like I said, you would have to be really, I was wondering how she fit in there. So when they opened it up, there was a bag. It was pretty much a body bag, all right? Like a bag you would buy to put a body in. Unzipped it, and I believe they saw the torso. I believe it was the torso and head that they saw in the bag. So they said, oh, here's, and then they closed it and then I guess towed the Tesla back to, where they do forensics and things like that. So there they took out the bag, they took out everything. And when they took it all out, they saw another bag underneath the first bag. Another body bag. They unzipped that bag, and that bag apparently was the limbs. So that's how they found her. So allegedly him chopped her up that way and put her in two separate bags. And they are saying that it was possibly somebody else that helped him. Now, David did have a bodyguard, okay? That's in the video with David and Celeste, and they're out somewhere. Allegedly, this bodyguard, I guess, passed away. I don't know when he passed away or something like that. Some people were saying maybe the bodyguard helped. I don't know. Or the bodyguard went missing. Nobody knows who his bodyguard is, okay? Nobody knows. So I don't know if he passed away or went missing, but some people are allegedly that he helped. Some people are allegedly saying Neil the Asian that I showed you, that he helped because he was a good friend of his. Now, he actually had to get arrested himself so they can bring him in to testify at the grand jury. David's family, mom and dad, had to testify at the grand jury. They tried to fight it, but I don't know if they fought it successfully or they had to testify. It talked about David's manager. David's manager was renting the house at Hollywood Hills, okay? Where they found the Tesla, because the Tesla was parked pretty much right in front of the house at Hollywood Hills. David was living there, but the manager was renting the house. The landlord, once he found out about all this situation, kicked them all out, said, y'all gotta go, everybody has to leave. So when they moved out, they left some items. The landlord then hired a private investigator named Steve Fisher. Steve Fisher went in there and he found some stuff like, hey, hold on, here's some evidence still left. He found a burning cage that gets hot enough to where you can disintegrate a human. Why would a person need a cage to disintegrate a human? So people were wondering, was he planning on taking her and disintegrating her? Then, as you saw in the news article, it said they drove up to Santa Barbara. The area of Santa Barbara they drove up to was nothing but forest and land. So people are wondering that they drive up there to either think about getting rid of her, or this is where she was dismembered at, things of that. It does say David was on tour. So he was on tour when she was found in the front. They're not saying who was driving the car, though. I don't know if they know who's driving the car because Tesla records everything. They do. So I don't know if Tesla has some sort of backup storage that will show that, that we don't know they have. I don't know. But Tesla also records every time a door opens up and a front closes. That's what it does in the app. So I'm pretty sure they have that information. So somebody would have had the app to drive the car or the key card, one of the two. And speaking of the key card, somebody did find the key card by a gutter after all the investigators left. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, but bottom line, he is finally arrested. So I wanted to bring you guys this breaking news. Thank you for tuning in. Please look out for your surroundings. I'm dropping another video pretty soon, but actually in another couple hours on Ashanti Allen. So please stay tuned. Fugitive TV, I'm out.